What should have the higher priority? The environment, even if it hurts economic growth, or economic growth, even if it means less protection for the environment? Well, that's a question we've been asking Americans for a number of years now, and let's look at some interesting results from this trend. First off, when we just asked the question again in our March environment poll, well, we find the tilt is towards favoring economic growth over the environment. The numbers are in front of you. 49% say economic growth should be given the priority, and again, that's even if the environment suffers to some degree, while 41% of Americans say the environment should be given the priority. We found this same result last year, actually a little more so for economic growth, and we also found the tilt for economic growth in 09 and 10, although we did one survey back in May of 2010 when we actually found the opposite result, but that's an anomaly over the last 3 or 4 years. However, when we go back further, we consistently over time had found that Americans said the environment should be given the priority. That's from 2008 and on back. In fact, at some points we had 18%, back in 2001, 24% gap between those saying that the environment should be given the priority. And when we go back further than that, times when the economy is booming, we had an even greater percent of Americans saying the environment should be given priority. Look at those numbers in front of you. If we go back to 1990 and 1991, the gap was 51 and 52 percentage points in favor of the environment being given the priority over an economic growth. So generally speaking, in our history of asking this question, actually going back to the 80s, Americans started out by overwhelmingly saying the environment should be given the priority. They continued to say the environment should be given the priority over an economic growth through the 2000s, but more recently, in a time period when the economy has really been the major issue, and in, of course, the recession, Americans have tilted, and at this very point in time, continue to say that the priority should be economic growth, even if it hurts the environment to some degree. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Gallup Editor-in-Chief.